Hi everyone, thank you so much for tuning into my tarot channel today. My name's Paulina, and if you're interested in getting a reading with me, I do pre-recorded readings and my price list is below. You can email me at the email below and I'll get in touch with you as soon as possible. So I wanted to talk about the Lughnasa event that's coming up on August 1st, which is the pagan ritual holiday that is the beginning of the harvest season, and it's the midway between the summer solstice and the fall harvest. So, and the god Lu is a Celtic god that can be likened to Mercury, who is the god of communication, and Lu is also known for being mastery of the arts, and the Nasa, the second part of the word, has to do also with mastery of a skill. So it's kind of about the skill or the arts that we are cultivating in our lives, being made seen, or becoming conscious of those skills. Just getting rid of this hanger in the background here. Anyway, okay, it's better aesthetically. A little bit of a control freak. Okay, anyway, so that's in a couple of days on August 1st, and Venus is in Virgo right now, and Sun is in Leo, and I believe Mercury is still in Leo. So all of these things combined with the Lughnasa pagan Celtic holiday coming up, it's really about cultivating from the inner child, which I feel like I talk about a lot, but the sign of Leo really is about the inner child. There's also a sense of regalness and the idea of being seen, being known, not in the way that Capricorn or the 10th house is being seen by others, but the Leo is a performer, so being seen as the star of the show in the spotlight rather than the group, which would be the antithesis Aquarius. So anyway, yeah, and the moon will be moving from Pisces to Aries. If it hasn't already, I have to check that. I know it's either today or the next couple of days. Yeah, so the move from Pisces to Aries is about both our signs of solitude. The Aries is about the warrior and the individual, fulfilling their aptitude, their individual, strengths. And then the aloneness of Pisces is about isolation that leads to spiritual oneness or awareness. I mean, yeah, so it's really similar energies, and they're so close to each other. They're right next to each other on the wheel, except one is about death and one is about birth, right? So the Pisces moon that we are coming from is about death of old ways. You may have been called to be near the ocean the last couple of days. And then the Aries is about being reborn, being not reborn in the way that Scorpio. Aries is about the baby that has never experienced. So this may be a time where you're like trying new things or curious about aspects of yourself that you need to find out independently. yeah, so I'm going to get into this spread here. And I guess the overall message with the Lughnasa speech that I was talking about and the origins of that is this is a time combined with the jump from Pisces to Aries, which is about the self being alone and our capabilities are spiritually, and then also the Leo influence in Virgo, Venus in Leo, Venus in Virgo also. Sorry, I wanted to jump to that. Venus in Virgo makes us diligent. So there's really a lot about skill, and I'm pulling from the inner child, like which is like about beginner's mind, the creativity of a child. So maybe you're thinking of what skills you could use to apply to cultivate the harvest that you already deserve. Maybe go do some inner child work where you speak to your inner child and ask for advice, and I'm sure that there's plenty of advice. And the other thing is there's so many things that we are good at when we're children, but then as we grow older, we push them away because we don't have self-esteem, or someone said that we were not good, or we're not as good as this person, or however we perceive it. So there's something about beginner's mind right now, which is a Zen term about approaching things with from a state of a beginner, whereas an expert, is more formulated in their beliefs, and a beginner comes without preconceived notions. So applying your skill with the Venus in Virgo here and the Lughnasa is really about being open to the possibilities. Okay, so we have 3 of Pentacles. We have Queen of Pentacles. We have 6 of Wands. So you're going to be getting public recognition and wealth as the female caretaker. You may be a woman watching this, or you may be a nurturer, both with physical things and in other ways to others. But this is the archetype of the woman who is ruling the roost financially, and she's also practical, and it relates to the sign of Capricorn, which is related to Saturnalia, which is come here baby, let me throw you a toy, which is another pagan festival about the god Saturn. Come here. So anyway, Saturnalia is about the reversal of roles, actually. And it was a pagan festival celebrated by the Romans. So on that day, slaves could tell their masters what to do, and women dressed as men. And it's also about just festivities and gift giving. Saturn is about reaching the highest potential of physicality. It's going to the top of what is possible with stuff. So anyway, some of those things might be coming up for you. Maybe you've played masculine roles and you're being asked to be a feminine role right now. Maybe you are celebrating the things that you have and giving to others. Okay, and then so something about public recognition is going to bring money by working with others, also with a group. So you're going to have to collaborate. I got Ace of Cups, 9 of Swords, and the Devil. So the Devil's also about Saturn. I don't know why I'm saying Saturn like that, because I was going to say Saturnalia. Anyway, so Devil relates to Capricorn and Saturn, and restriction and also responsibility. And there's a lot about, in this reading actually, and what Saturn teaches is that, and what hardship teaches also, is that with great, it's like the Spider-Man quote, with great power comes great responsibility. So Capricorns teach that responsibility gives you everything in life, but that's also bondage. So it's kind of like with the Ace of Cups here, it's kind of like there's emotional things that you're bonded to right now, that maybe are keeping you awake at night. Maybe you're feeling mentally imprisoned by the things that you're bonded to. I'm going to pull a card from the Isis, Alana Fairchild Oracle. And I got Pyramid of Light, Psychic Protection. As a being of light, darker energies may at times seek to interfere with your spiritual progress. There is nothing to fear and only more awareness of the power and protection of divine love to experience. The Pyramid of Light confirms that energies have been causing interference with your path, and it is now time for that interference to cease completely through loving divine power. Yes, so this could be a really good time for cord cutting right before the Lughnasa event on August 1st. So what it represents is it's actually the time that the sun is, I believe it's the time the sun is there the longest. Is out the longest, or that could be the summer. Actually, that's the summer solstice. But this is like the right after, like the midpoint between the next. Anyway, if you want to look at a lunar or solar calendar, it all makes sense. So this is like a focal point for the positioning of the sun. So what does the sun represent? The sun is like all the abundance and joy, and also the self, also the father. That's what all these things, and also it can mean in ancient astrology a famous person or a person of power. So anyway, so the sun at this point, in between, at the beginning of the harvest, from here on out, the sun's gonna be like getting less and less until we reach the winter equinox, and then it's going to be increasing in terms of how much daylight we have. So yeah, I believe we're also in a waning moon period, which is a similar vibe about sort of making clear the element of dexterity, not both literally with our hands, but also mentally, mental acuity or ability that we have to deal with the upcoming winter. So yeah, I hope that helps you, and I hope you have a great day.